So welcome, you guys. I feel like we haven't had a team call in forever because last week we had our coach sneak peek, and I don't know, it just seems like it's been forever. So a few updates for September. It's already like September 6th, so it's already a few days into the month. Labor Day weekend just kind of snuck up and came and went. And so we had a new challenge group that started yesterday with the health bet. Well, actually, it started the 29th, but yesterday was actually the last day that people could get in for the health bet for them to be able to participate and win. So, like, I had a gal today, and I feel really bad, and I don't know what to do, but she kept trying to get into the challenge tracker app yesterday, and it wouldn't let her get in. So I don't know if it's something that was on my end or her end or what.
Did you see the thing about, I think it was on the Beachbody Champions or something, they said that the tracker app was down and they were trying to fix it, so maybe she could still get in if she emails or something?
Yeah, I told her to screenshot what it was telling her, and then I have not had a chance to see what she sent me. So, but like, I really wouldn't promote joining the health bet anymore because really technically I don't think that they have a chance now to even be a part of it. So I know I've seen a lot of people posting like day 2 of the health bet challenge, like, here's my second shake for me to win money, like that is okay, but I wouldn't post like, hey, you can still join my group, because technically they can still join the group, but they can't really win money now with the health bet. Unless, like, they've extended it because it wasn't working yesterday. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that. So did you see anything about that at all, Megan, or no?
No, when I was scrolling through, I think it was yesterday or something, they just had a video about it's not working and they're aware of it and they're trying to fix it. So I'm not sure. I think they would be lenient, I guess, if it was down, but I'm not sure.
And for the most part, I think I tried to check like over the weekend and make sure that everybody was in. Like Thursday or Friday, I just sent a voice message to all my girls and just said, hey, you want to make sure that you are signed up and blah, blah, blah. So I think for the most part, we were okay because we've been using the app. And so for the most part, we knew how to do it. But I think a lot of it was people haven't been using the app. So so we actually won't run another challenge group, won't start another one until the 19th. So, right now when I'm talking to people, I'm just kind of saying like the end of September, because a lot of people still have, school starting, Labor Day on their minds. So I'm just kind of like starting those conversations because I'm finding more and more that people are not like quick to jump the gun like they are in the January and winter and in the spring. Like now it's kind of like not dragging people along, but trying to, for me anyways, it's more of like we have to keep talking about it and I have to keep checking back with them. So talking about it being at the end of September. And my plan is I'm going to try and run another free group through my like page, and then the people that want to join the 19th, then I'm going to put them in there as kind of that midway in between. I know Megan did a free group with her girls last month, and so I don't know for sure if she's planning on doing that again. Yes?
Sorry, I was muted.
No, that's okay.
I'm going to do one on my like page, and I said that they could add people in there, but I don't know, last time they just added people in and it was just more people, but yeah, I guess it's
well. And here's my thinking behind it is I watched Katie Ursa's video like a while back, and she has been doing free groups through her like page. So like she's been running a group, she's been promoting her posts, so like running them out as ads since January. And she does not add like her coaches in there. She kind of teaches her coaches how to do this. But I know of some people that do run it with their coaches and things. But basically, and like what I tried to do with my group last month is I didn't have anybody that signed up with a challenge pack from it, but I have all these conversations that are going with people who I don't know and who I think eventually will sign on with me. They just need to get to know me a little bit better. They need to build a relationship. And so for me, it was nice to run a group, to put a lot of effort in, but know that everybody I was connecting with wasn't Megan's challengers. It wasn't Liz's challengers. It wasn't somebody that they invited. It was somebody that was in there for me. And so I don't want you guys to think, oh, she doesn't want to run a group with us. It's not that. It's that for me and where I'm at with my business, like I needed to run a group by myself. Like I needed to build some connections with people by myself. And so I definitely think that if somebody would step up on the team and run a free group, another one of my personally sponsored coaches that would, I will share with you, I'm doing Crockpot and Crunches. I already have my workouts planned out. I'm going to make all my videos this weekend. I literally take an hour and switch my outfit 7 times and do the video, and then I edit them. I know Megan does her videos live. I don't think it matters either way. But if somebody wants to open up a group and run it, or if you want to run your own free group, like just do it. I had probably 10 people that were posting every day, and they've geared down as the week went on. But it was just nice to see those people in there and kind of get to know them and encourage them and that kind of thing. So, if I continue to find it successful, I will continue to share what's working. I just felt like when I listened to Katie's video, like I just needed to do something different for me. And yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
With your thing on your like page, were you able to like change the date and change the banner, or did you just open a brand new group?
No, I was able to change it.
Because mine wouldn't let me do it. So.
Are you set? What's your settings? Does that have anything to do with that? Mine was still as closed, so I don't know if that changes it. But I could change the name and I could change the banner.
See, it would let me change like the banner and the name, but I couldn't change the date, and I didn't want people to get confused.
On your event?
Yeah.
No, I ran a new event, but I kept the same group. Here,
I'll ask you about it. Okay,
I'll show you quick.
Because I had to open a brand new event on my like page.
Yes. So let's see. Okay, so here's I'll just go to my events. So yeah, here was my Buns and Guns event. I created a new event.
Okay.
So here's this, and I haven't, these people are just from seeing it on my page. I just sent out an ad for it just now, and it's still waiting for approval because apparently I have too much text on here or something. I don't know. Or maybe they don't like this. I don't know. But then on my groups, let's see.
So I wonder if
on my group, because then I have my separate group. So my people from the event, I literally.
I wonder.
So then I went in and I updated my photo yesterday.
Okay.
And then changed the description and changed the name.
Okay, I wonder if I was trying to change my event and not the.
Yeah, because the event, I don't think once it ends, I don't think you can change it.
Okay.
So, no, that's a good question.
I just put a link in there for people, so I'll just double check and see.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'll be quiet.
No, you're fine. So that's just kind of my thinking, kind of my thought process. I don't want you guys to think I'm being selfish by doing this. I'm just trying something that I need to do for me. And I can show you, let's see, Kinsley ripped it out of here. But here's just literally what I did. I just went through on Pinterest and found 5 ab exercises that they're going to do for a minute each day, or a minute and then repeat. So it's going to be 10-minute abs. I actually went through, we had an old Crockpot and Crunches group back this time last year. I went through that group. I saved some of those links of recipes that were really good that people really liked. And then, so I'm going to post some of those and come up with some of my own for the Crockpot stuff. And then I'm either going to do a live video or post something motivational in the group. So I just literally post in there 3 times a day when the people comment that they're done, So it's just I'm just trying to show them who I would be as a coach and that kind of thing. So think about that. If you want to set up your own group, let me know and I can walk you through it and help you get started. With this page stuff, it's all through that training with Jessie Reagan. I worked on that a lot this summer and stuff. So that's kind of a different approach. But even on your personal page, you know, I'm going into these groups like last month. I didn't have anybody buy a challenge pack, and that's fine. Like, I know it will take time, but some of you that have people on the fence, like pretty much I'm going to go through my list of people in August that said no to me, and I'm going to add or invite them to this free event, and just see if they can get to know me as a coach, you know, because eventually you get to this point where you're inviting people that you don't really know. And I think that the more they get to see you and your personality and who you are, how you are, kind of helps to build that respect and stuff with you. So, and then we'll do a coach. So then the 19th we'll have a challenge group. It'll be open to whatever people want to do. So we will have quite a few groups running because the 3 groups in the challenge track wrap right now don't end until October 2nd. So we will have quite a few groups that are up and going. But the 19th will pretty much should be just new challengers, unless there's any alumni that did not get in a health vet group. So the 19th should be all new people. And then the 27th, we'll do another coach sneak peek event. I liked the 1 hour live. I really did. I know we didn't have a lot of success with people committing this month, but I liked the feel of the live event. I just felt like, you know, people that could jump on were there. Like, I know I had one gal that was live on every video, and I think she could really feel that. And I know from my point of view, it was easy for me just to jump on and listen to everybody's videos and go from there. So I don't know if you guys want to try it that way again. Yeah. I mean, we can, that's obviously like 3 weeks away, so we can talk about that more, but I just kind of tentatively put that out there. Congrats to Liz on being selected for the September mentorship thing. It's a brand new thing. I'm excited for it. I'm kind of nervous. There's a lot of pressure now. No, not really, but no, it'll be good. I'm excited, and we're gonna rock September, and then we'll open it up in October. And so if you applied and did not get selected, I felt horrible for like turning some people away or saying no, but come back in October, you know, and we'll rock it. So congrats to her. Congrats to Megan and Julie and Emily Sexton for already having points on the board for Success Club. I checked it like last night, so if you signed somebody up today, I didn't mean to ignore you, but so congrats to those 3 ladies already getting points on the board for Success Club. And I wanted to show you what the Success Club prize will be. So once you hit Success Club 5, here's your prize for the month of, can you guys see it? It's like a water bottle. Oh yeah, it's got a straw and everything. Oh yeah. So I'm thinking the mint one, this far one over here. So that's your prize for hitting Success Club 5. All right. So do you guys have any questions on any of that stuff? Anything? Anything? Oh, challenge packs, like all the awesome ones are on sale. Like everyone you'd ever want to sell is on sale. So that's always good. Take advantage of it. Pushing that. I think that's about it. Okay. So I was listening to a call actually this morning. I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And usually I always have something that kind of comes to my mind, but you know, we're coming off the holiday weekend. It's new in the month, and I was kind of at a loss. I'm like, I don't really know what to talk about or what we need. And then I always listen to Bonnie Ingles' team call recordings, and I listened to hers from that she did last week. And I just all of a sudden started feverishly writing stuff down, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about tonight on the call, because I feel like it's stuff that we are always talking about or we're always bringing up, but just the way that she talked about it was in a different it just put things in a different perspective for me. So I did not have time to make slides, but I can take pictures of my notes and post them in the group later if you guys want. But she talked a lot about momentum and a lot about how she organizes her day, how she organizes her life. And I think I relate to her because I think we have similar organizational methods and kind of the same ideas behind it. But if you guys haven't picked up on it, like Beachbody is the year is divided into quarters. And so the third quarter just ended on August 24th. So we are right now in the fourth quarter of Beachbody, which is basically like the last 3 months of, right? Yeah, kind of the last 3 months, or is it longer than that? It's longer. I don't know. Anyways, however they figure it out. We're in the last quarter of the year for Beachbody. And so now is that time where you have to push and you have to work hard and you have to build the big mo, or the big momentum. And it was this time for me last year that I was kind of hitting my wall. Like, I had started in a coach in August. I'd been having a lot of success, or July. So I had big success July, August, September came. I hit Success Club early, and then I stopped. And I stopped inviting. I stopped doing my vital behaviors. I stopped sharing so openly on social media. And then when October rolled around, it was like, crap, I got to pick back up. And it was in October when I realized, like, I had killed my momentum. I had all this momentum moving forward, and I had just stopped it. I had killed it. And so I think now is the perfect time for all of us to start building that momentum, because this is a hard time of the year. The holidays are right around the corner. People are not going to want to start a workout program or start a nutrition plan at Thanksgiving, right? So the hard season is coming. Summer I thought was really hard, but November and December are even trickier. But if you start building that momentum now and you start getting those no's now, come January, when people want to change and they're ready, they're going to see you all of September, all of October, all of November, all of December. And you are building that momentum, and come January, it is going to explode for you. And I want that for you guys. And that was a lot of what Bonnie was talking about, was that, this is the quarter to push the hardest. This is the quarter to show up, work hard, show that you're staying committed, be present on social media, work hard behind the scenes of those invites. Like, this is the quarter. These are the months to make it happen, because then in January, February, March, you're reaping the benefits of all that momentum. So one of the tips she had in order to make that happen was to really limit your distractions. And I know for those of us, like, we are 2 or 3 weeks into school starting, I finally feel like I'm kind of getting in a routine. Although it's not like the best of routines, but I feel like I'm at least getting into one, if my child would ever stop getting sick. But like, limiting those distractions, having that 1 hour a day where you set aside, and that's your power hour. And then I know I've said this before, but what are the 3 things you have to do in that hour? I have my checklist, and it's a mile long, right? And I have it split into basically like 2-hour chunks a day. Like, what is my things I'm doing in the morning? What am I doing at night? But what are the 3 things that you need to do in that hour? And every one of those 3 things, every one of those actions has got to lead you to Success Club. So one thing that I really struggle at, and I don't know why, but I struggle sometimes at answering messages, like returning messages, and then contacting new people. So for example, like, that's one thing that I know I have to work on. Sometimes I think I get intimidated when I see how many messages I have, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't answer those. Like, I'm just going to bed. But then that like backs me up, and it backs me up, and it backs me up. And I don't know why. I just don't bite the bullet and do that. But set aside that focused 1 hour. And what are the 3 things that you need to do? I know we've talked about it and you guys have shared, but those actions have got to lead towards Success Club. So inviting needs to be one of those things. Checking back with people, being present on social media, that has got to be another one as well too. And expanding your market, contacting new people, putting your stuff out there and getting new faces to see it. Another thing she talks about was how she sets up that team calendar. And I know this month it's like a really total sucky calendar that I put in the team page for September, because it was literally like Sunday, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably throw up a calendar, and it's like all black and white, and just like the posting calendar was all black and white. But look at that calendar, and when you sit down and you make your post and what you're going to talk about, look at the calendar. So like for me this week, the challenge group has already started. So I can still talk about the challenge group. I can talk about how excited I am about the health bet. But what I really need to be talking about is the free group I'm going to run on Monday. And then next week, Monday, what do I need to start talking about? I need to make sure that I'm posting more about the challenge group and about my challengers and the workouts and those kind of things. And then after that, after I hit Success Club, I need to start talking more about coaching. So looking at the events that are coming up and scheduling and deciding your posts based on what's coming up, and your invites reflect that too. What you're talking to, what you're inviting about, all those kind of things reflect on the calendar. So like, let's say for the 19th, so you throw in a challenge group. It doesn't have to be an invite. It doesn't have to be, hey, comment below for more details. You could just dive in more about your workout. You could dive in more about what program you're doing. Talk about what you love about it or what is challenging about it. What is awesome about working out at home. Just those little jabs about working out at home, about your nutrition, how it's helped you. And that's when you come around and hook those people then on the 14th or the 18th with, hey, my group starts tomorrow. Are you ready to join me? Because just think about it. I see all of your guys' posts because I have you in a message thread. But if I didn't have you in a thread, I probably wouldn't hardly ever see your posts because I'm not a stalker on Facebook. I don't scroll like crazy. Some people do, some people don't. So don't think that, if you're posting and talking about your workout every day that people are going to get sick of it. Because if they're seeing it, that means they want to see it, and if they don't, they'll just keep scrolling. No big deal. So think about how you're going to plan your posts and how you're going to craft those around what's going on, what's happening. Your business activity tracker. So I never really got into the business activity tracker. I just kind of have like 5 different little pieces of paper that make up my business activity tracker, but make sure that you are tracking what's important. Tracking who adds you back, who are your new friends, who have you been talking to this week, who do you need to check back with, who told you no but said, hey, check back with me in October. Those are the kind of things that you need to make sure that you're tracking. Sometimes I think we get so centered around like writing everything down or organizing our cluttered mess that all of a sudden we get organized and then we're like, whew, okay, I'm done. But really just get down and dirty and track those things that are important and do the next thing was stick to something you already know. And when she said that, I'm like, yep, this was totally me. I've always been notebook. I've always been paper. I've always been a calendar person. And then I don't know if it was January or February when it was, but when Alyssa did her call about Streak. And I was like, oh my God, Streak. Like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to do that. And I spent how much time trying to figure out Streak and figure out the perfect columns and how I was going to move people through the pipeline. And then all of a sudden I was like, this doesn't work for me. I need to have it in front of me. Like I have to be able to see it and write it and touch it and cross it off and move it and all this stuff. So Streak didn't work for me. And that's just because the notebook and the old school way is what worked for me. And Bonnie said the same thing. Like she spent so much time trying to figure out Streak and she just went back to her notebook. And I know Megan loves Streak. I know she uses it all the time. And that works for her. Like find what works for you and don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't waste your time trying to figure out something that doesn't work for you. If notebook works, awesome. Like, are you going to lose people through the cracks? Yeah, probably. But could you lose them through the cracks with Streak too? Yeah, probably. So figure out your way to keep a hold of people, to use your tracking system, whatever works for you. And then the fourth thing with that was to keep it simple. So don't get so overwhelmed. Sometimes I think people look at, or I show you what I do for my calendar, and for some of you that probably goes over your head and you're like, yep, I can't do that. I can't comprehend that. That's fine. Don't do that. Do what works for you. Find a system of tracking and figuring out who you need to talk to that works for you. Like this was all stuff that I just came up with because I was able to organize. I was able to figure it out. I was able to work it. So you have to do that too. Take the things, make your own power hour sheet. This is what mine looks like. And I know I've shared it with a lot of you. If this doesn't work for you, then make something that works for you. Like me, I like to be able to cross it off. If you want to be able to actually write out, what PD you read or who you talked to or whatever, find something that works for you. Do a system that is going to move you forward. Don't try to do it just because I do it, or don't try to figure out streak because it works for Megan. Figure out something that works for you, and then that's all that matters. Don't waste your time, that structured time, that focused time. A quote she said, and I told my kids this today at school, and I totally botched it. I told them it was like 80-something%, but you're 42% more likely to get something done if you write it down. I told them it was 80%, so I totally botched that stat. But 42% more likely to get it done. And I can attest to this, especially with school starting and being back at work. All of a sudden at 10 o'clock, I'll be like, oh, I need to do this tonight. And then if I don't write it down, I don't remember. I don't get it done. So your to-do list, your power hour, the 3 things you have to do, whatever it is, the more likely you are to get it done if you write it down. With that to-do list, I know some of you have read Eat That Frog. Bonnie's suggestion was to put the things that you need to do in order of when you need to do them. And that makes sense. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, so if I do, I'm really sorry. So if you know what you need to do that day, put them in order of when you need to do them. Me, I usually just sit and mind dump and think, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then I have them all jumbled up. So then with the Eat the Frog is you put A's in front of the ones that absolutely need to get done. You cannot finish your day without getting these things done. B is, it would be really nice if these would get done, but I can do them tomorrow. If I get to them, awesome. C's are, these need to get done, but it's not life or death. It's not a priority. And then if you have D's, obviously those are probably things that are not important. So I will make my list at the beginning of the week of everything this week that I know I need to get done. Then I'll go through and I'll, letter them, A, B, C, or D. I never really have any D's. I usually stop at C. So let's say I have 3 A's written down. I look at them and I say, okay, what is number 1? What needs to get done first? And I try to make it the one that I don't want to do, because usually the one I don't want to do tends to keep creeping down to the bottom. And then I'll write A1 next to it, A2, A3. And then I know once those A's are done, then I'll move to the B's. And the things that are business building need to get done first. So my to-do list is always separate from my power hour list, because these are business building activities. These have to get done. Another thing is I want to try and promote the 3-week yoga retreat, because that's what I'm doing right now for my workout. So I really want to try and get a group going, talk to people about that. So that's kind of more down on my BC range, because I'd really like to do it, but if I don't get to it, it's not going to kill me, because yes, that's business building, but that's just something I would like to do. Something else she said about that is to match what you're doing in private with what you're doing in public. So on your social media, are you sharing the things that you are doing in private? Follow the calendar. I made that posting calendar. Use that. If you struggle with what to talk about, what to post about, just do that. And you know what? Honestly, I remember when I was just starting a year ago, because all my stuff keeps popping up on Facebook, at least one of my posts a day would be a motivational quote from Pinterest. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with doing that. At least I usually did it at noon, because for the most part, it was in the middle of my workday. I really didn't have much to talk about. So I would just quickly search something on Pinterest, success, hard work, a keyword, and then I would look quote behind it. And whatever one stuck out to me, I would screenshot it. I would crop it so that it didn't have that little weird magnifying glass in the corner. And then I would put it on Instagram. I would maybe add a little bit of my own thing to it, or I would just put a heart in the comment or whatever, and then I'd share it to my Facebook. And then what I was hoping to get with that was that people would see that and think of me as that motivational person, that positive light on Facebook. So honestly, a lot of what I did was my workout, and then motivation at noon, maybe my supper, something about my day, something about my family, something about coaching, about a team call, whatever it might be. It can be as simple as that. You have to think about how you want people to see you, and what you want them to see, and what you want them to think about. And we're going to talk a little bit about this in that mentorship program. But those of you that have a like page, if you are posting on your like page, you need to be posting the exact same thing on your personal page. Even if you are posting on your like page and sharing to your personal, yes, people see it, but I can attest to this. They're going to keep scrolling. They're not as likely to stop and like it because all they see is Kylie Cooper shared Kylie Cooper Healthy Living's post. Like, that doesn't stop them in their tracks. They can sometimes see your image, but sometimes they can't. Even tagging yourself. I think tagging yourself is better. I think you can see yourself better or people can see if you tag yourself. But Megan told me, was it yesterday you heard on a call, something about if you are only posting on your like page, like what was it? What did you say?
So Josh Croat said that if you're only posting on your like page, you might as well not post at all, because if you're just posting on your like page, nobody is seeing it unless you have.
Was that his foot?
Yes, unless you are like putting in the time and the effort to do the Facebook ads and to like you've grown your like page. He goes, otherwise the only likes you're going to get are your best friends, your mom, your sister, or your grandma. Those people, he said, because those people actually care and like look through your stuff. But he said if you're not posting on your like page, you're basically just wasting your time. Or if you are just posting on it, you're wasting your time. So.
And like I said, I have all of you guys in an interest list, but I don't ever see any of your like page stuff, ever. I only see it when you share it, and that's why I know that you can't always see your picture. And like Megan's pop up all the time because she tags herself, or Sam tags herself, so I see that. But honestly, if you're posting the same thing on your personal and the same thing on your like page, and people are seeing it both places, that's because they want to. You know, don't feel like they're going to see it two places and be like, oh my gosh, like they saw it twice. No, like if they do, then that means they're following you in your like page, they're following you in your personal, and they're interested in you. Most of the time, I would honestly say people are not seeing your posts in both places. So put a lot of effort in to make a great post. And this is usually what I do is I post on Instagram. I literally do Instagram right now because of the filters. Like I haven't really looked into building a network or following on Instagram, but so I'll post it on Instagram. I will just share it to Instagram. I will copy the text. I will put it on my like page, and then later I'll share it to my personal page like at 4 o'clock or the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure Megan does the same thing, like puts a bunch of her posts on Instagram and then shares them to her Facebook later. Like, seriously, how easy is that? Like, I just have to sit down one time to think about what I want to say, and it shows up on 3 platforms, you know? So think about those. Keep it simple, right? Don't stress about trying to post in both places. But honestly, if I had to tell you one thing about whether posting on your like page or your personal page, I would do your personal page. Like your like page, unless you are like literally putting money and effort into growing your like page, I don't want to be like mean, but it's almost worthless if you're not doing that, because like people see your personal page. And I get that, you know, it's like your like page, you want to build it, you want to grow it, then do it in both places. But honestly, unless you have like a ton of followers and all those things, like your personal page is the way to go. People see it more. Facebook has so many algorithms that if people are not liking and commenting on your like page, they're not going to see it. So not that I want to discourage you from doing a like page or putting effort into it, but do it both places. Don't cut yourself short. You know, just like Megan said on that video, like that's just how it is. That's just how Facebook is. So I don't want to see so many of you post a lot on your like page, which is awesome. But like I never see it because I don't ever go into your like page and like and comment and stuff. So do it both places. Like don't cut yourself short because of that. Last 2 things that she had was when she tracks her people, when she tracks the people that she's talking to, here are some of the things that she writes down. And so some of this, like if you're doing Streak, you probably are already doing this, but I know for me with paper and pencil, I don't do this very well. But she will say their name, you know, the date that they talked, what was said, and any other notes, and then where she talked to them. So obviously Bonnie Ingold, number 2 coach in the network, like she obviously has people contacting her via email and Instagram and Facebook, and like all this stuff. I know for me, like if I talk to somebody and they give me like a legit reason, like I'm pregnant or money or something like that, like I will jot that down. Like I'll put a money sign or I'll write prego or something like that. But for the most part, I don't really write down why people tell me no or things like that. I just maybe either move them to the next month or that kind of thing. But she really marks that down and keeps track of that, what was said, things, notes. And that is the nice thing about Facebook Messenger is you can scroll back through and see what your conversation was. And I usually do that too before I check back with people just to see what they told me, and then try to combat that objection or whatever it was. And the last thing she said, last thing I want to share with you is don't get stuck on the details. So like all the little itty bitty stuff, don't get stuck on it. Doing and following through with your action, that's what's important. So don't sit and wonder if that is the best Facebook post you've ever come up with. Post it. Do it. Don't fret about getting the perfect filter on your face. Post it. Do it. I look back, like I said, some of my pictures keep popping up now from a year ago, and I'm like, gosh, why did I post that? But just do it. Just post it, and the more you do it and the better, the more effort you put into it, the easier it will become, the better it will be, and those kind of things. So don't get stuck on the details. Action. Just do it. Follow through and go. So that's what I got. It's a lot of things we talk about, but I think just when I heard Bonnie talk about it, it was just kind of in a different light, a different way of saying it and those kind of things. So that's all I got. You guys got any questions or comments or concerns?
I just was blown away with this whole like page thing, because he was just saying that so many times people open up a like page and think that their business is just gonna take off. And he talked about 3 different areas that you're in. You're either in that building mode, the stagnant mode that you don't want to be in, and that expansion mode. And he was going through, and at first I was like, oh, I'm in expansion mode, because I'm trying to expand my network and stuff. And I'm actually still in the building mode after I read through and researched what he was talking about and stuff. And the one thing he said was, even with your like page or whatever you're doing, he said, just make sure you're talking to people constantly every single day. Even if it's hey, Abby, how was your weekend? Or something super simple. He said, just make sure you're constantly talking to people. And so I don't know why, but I thought when I opened my like page, my business would just I don't know, explode for some reason. But it's helped a lot with the like pages, doing the events through it. That's helped a lot. So if you're considering doing that, I would definitely do that.
Yeah. And, I didn't open a like page for a long time, because at that point, my uplines were didn't really feel like they found the benefit from it. And so I kind of opened it, and then, I didn't really do a lot with it. And then I started doing this Jesse Reagan training, and I started doing it, and then I didn't do things for a while, and now I'm trying to pick back up. But it's kind of like running a separate business, doing your like page, and events through it are awesome. Yes, because you can post as yourself and as your like page. So if you've been coaching for a few months, I definitely think it's something to go into, but it's something that's going to take time. Cause like Megan said, I think people open it and they're like, yeah, all right, I'm going to find all these random people all over the country. And it just doesn't work like that. And, YouTube, I know YouTube will be your best friend now, finding videos. And, that's honestly anything, anytime I'm struggling, how to use PicMonkey or, even some of those in the coach training, sometimes I didn't have a video to share. So I would literally Google it on YouTube, and Melanie Mitchell would come up or Alyssa would come up, so there's tons of videos out there. You just kind of have to search and find them and stuff. There are a lot of positives to it. I just don't want you guys to sell yourself short or cut yourself short by only posting on one platform and thinking that you're hitting everybody. So yeah, I definitely think until you have because even Bonnie Ingle, she's still, all those top coaches, they still post on both places. And if you watch them, they usually do post the same thing. Like Bonnie literally does the exact same thing. So in both places. So yeah. I feel like I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. But any other questions or anything you guys have? No? All right. Well, I'll let you guys go then. And then I'm going to shower and try to clear up my nose and go to bed. So
I think I'm just going to go to bed. I already showered, so I'm going to bed.
well, I'm like, do I shower? Do I not? Like, my hair looks all right, but my skin's been getting so dry. Like, my hormones are being so, like, I probably look, like, if you really looked right now, I probably look like I have dandruff, but it's like, or like I don't shower, but my everything is just so dry.
Well, fingers crossed. I ran out of my birth control and I can't get it till tomorrow, so.
You know what that means.
And like 4 people have been asking me about it today. I was like, no. And then someone was like, I know that's not your plan, right? And I was like, did I make that abundantly clear or what?
I just talk about it every other day. Yep.
Hey, Abby.
Hi.
Hi. I got a message from that Blake lady. I don't remember her first name. Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
She asked if there was a coaching thing open.
Yeah, she's the one who wants to coach.
Did we get her?
I think I forgot to talk to you, Abby. I think what we're going to do, because she is the only one,
Okay.
I would just add her into the group, not the old group, like the ongoing group,
Okay.
and tell her just to kind of scroll through and work her way back from day 1 till day 30.
Okay.
And then just have her check in with you every day. I mean, and she can comment on the posts and stuff. That's what I think I would have her do, is just kind of start at day 1 and work her way through, you know, kind of at her own pace and stuff. So, because I don't really want to post every day for one person. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
Figure it out. No, she can figure it out. I mean.
Yeah. And, you know, she can ask questions in there. She can comment in there, like everything. That was kind of why I wanted to keep it like an ongoing and like a rolling group, is so that way if this would happen. But, yeah, she is like the only one, because I didn't have anybody that committed after the sneak peek. You know, I had a few that were like, I'm just not ready yet. And I'm like, okay. All right. So, yeah. But. No, I think she'll be good. She posts all the time.
Can I just say how mad it makes me that our like challenge groups are booming because someone's gonna pay somebody maybe $5?
Well, this is the first week, so
I know, it's crazy. Like how many people, like I'd be like, Abby, I'll pay you $5 if you lose 5 pounds. Okay, like
yeah. It takes forever to check into the groups now, though.
I know, I saw that. I had like 60 notifications. I was like, oh crap.
Like this morning, it took me literally like 30 minutes, and I checked in. It had been like 24 hours, and it took me like 30 minutes to like comment on everybody's stuff. I was like, oh, gotta get up a little earlier tomorrow morning, I guess.
Yeah. We were going to take the dog for a run this morning, but there was lightning, so figured that'd be a bad idea with this.
It was like hardcore raining this morning.
Yeah. It was.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I had a lady at work. I talked to her probably like a year, well, not a year ago. I don't know if I actually ever like really invited her or not, but she came up to me today. She's like, so I need to know more about the speech body thing. But she's like, I don't want to do the shakes because I've done Advocare ones, and I'm like, can I bring you some chocolate Shakeology tomorrow and rock your world, and then we can talk? Like, I'm like, because I've actually like never had the Advocare ones, but
I had them.
They're awful.
They're not. I don't know. They weren't actually chalky. It was just like there wasn't anything in it.
yeah,
Like it didn't feel like I was like, oh, I'll just have this, by itself or whatever, and then like 5 minutes later, I'd be starving. So.
yeah. So I was like, let me bring you some chocolate, and like, I'm like, I had birthday cake yesterday with spinach in it, and it was amazing, and like, get ready to rock your world, like. So, but anyways, well, it's good to see your guys' faces. Liz, it's good to see your face.
Eyes.
Your eyes.
I always say her cat eyes because like
Whatever this. What's the white? Is that your shirt? The white lettering over there?
No, I'm sitting in a parking lot connected to Wi-Fi.
Oh.
creeper.
Are you at McDonald's? No, I get it. No, it makes sense.
Are you smoking out there?
No.
That's dedication. That is dedication.
Do you remember that one girl on the call the one time? She was like sitting in the background just smoking. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
I think it was on like Hillary's call or something.